Don't believe that the good guys win. We believe that the bad guys, especially, in Detroit where the criminal could go to court and get off, not only in Detroit, all over, that people can be unkind, people can be dishonest, and make a profession of it. But I'm going to tell you this, and I want every one of you to hear what I say. There is no win in wrong. And another thing, attitude has so much to do. And there's some of you who have gone and had an opportunity to get the best education in the world. And your attitude is so bad, you're not going anywhere. You got to have it all. And what's having it all? You got to recognize and accept in your world that you can't keep sending negative energy, negative thoughts, negative words, negative actions in the universe and expect to get back good. Don't even joke or don't even ingest. Say things you don't mean. We're going now into the feminine principles of God, the feminine energy, meaning that everything in the universe, God has given permission and is getting ready, rearing up right now, for the feminine energy of the world to be lifted up. Now, what does it mean? It means that the male ego will be detrimental to anybody alive today unless it is tempered and controlled and anointed. And what is this? There are women with the male ego, and there are men with the feminine energy, and I'm not talking about they're straight men. But the feminine energy does not have anything to do with sex. It has to do with consciousness. So now is the time for refinement. Although we see our children run around talking about the feminine energy of God is moving. And so they got to take their last stand. Women again will be respected in the world. Women will be respected in the world, and men who are full of compassion, full of peace, who are full of what is right to do, with a burning desire to do what is right to do, will be our leaders. What are the signs of the time? Is that God is permitting the feminine energy to be lifted up. And things that women have never done before, they will do. You're going to have more women who are presidents and CEOs of more corporations, including the automotive, that's considered totally masculine, and also in the gaming industry, that is definitely considered totally masculine, and also in the religious arena, that have been the first to really, in a sense, condemn what God has said women should do. And they're paying the price for it. Now there are many in America, Christian churches, they can't find a decent pastor, a decent male pastor. Because the thing has been, don't let these women do this, keep them quiet, keep them this, and they're running out of people with character and people with integrity to carry the word. But I'm so glad. You know what I'm so glad? I'm so glad that there is a God. And not a God somewhere, but a God that's high looking low. You know another thing I'm glad about? I'm glad that whatever somebody tried to do against me or do against people who are right, don't want to pay you when you work for them, don't want to be fair with you. People just try to lie and steal and cheat and hustle you. You understand? People who are not honest try to take advantage of you. Now, I've told you for years that it's okay to be used. If you can't be used, you're no good to yourself or anyone else. Just can't be misused. And the Lord will not let you be misused too long. No, he won't stand for it. As long as you know his address and you're working under his umbrella. You understand? Some of you got up this morning and you just say, I look at people sometimes and then they go to the bathroom in a public restroom. They won't flush the toilet. Now, I'm just talking to you plain. Why is it that you could be so disrespectful that you can't flush the toilet when you finish? Some people in their homes, and if you got anybody in your house that go to the bathroom and don't flush the toilet and don't wash their hands, this is why we got so many infectious diseases today. Because in the schools, where the bathrooms are dirty, and we don't have a strict code of washing hands. People go into the bath, and then there are a lot of mothers who go to the bathroom. You don't wash your hands. You pick up your baby, and then you nurse your baby, and the baby gets a cold and gets this. You want to know why? Because you are not clean. That's why. Why do you think you have soap and water? And then whatever germ there is, hot soap and water can kill it. Plain soap and hot water can kill it. We don't clean our sheets and, it's time for refinement is what I'm trying to say. Now, I know this message, most people want a dynamic message, and you want me to go and quote scripture, and you want me to go and do this. I'm not led to do that today. I'm led to tell you that you need to flush the toilet when you go in to use it, and if you want to keep your family healthy, and put a note in there, and everybody got to wash their hands. And if they don't wash them, send them back in there to wash them. It's a good idea if children go to school and they're around other children all day long. What's wrong with them taking a bath before they go to bed at night? And then if you don't take a bath, and some children don't take a bath, some people don't take a bath, sleep in their underclothes, get up with their underclothes, go back out, pick up all those vibrations, bring them in your house. Everybody's sick, everything going wrong, and you wondering why. And I don't understand why nurses and doctors, I don't understand it. I really don't understand why a nurse would want to wear her own good clothes on their job where there's germs everywhere. I would leave my clothes at home and I'd wear me a beautiful uniform if I had to have them designed. And then when I go home, I'd be sure that they're in an area that's not affecting my children's clothes or my clothes, other clothes. Refinement. Refinement. The reason that we have all these infectious diseases and we've had children to literally die. Meningitis is an infectious disease coming from filth in somewhere, somehow. Some school or somewhere had a germ. That germ attacked your immune system. If your immune system can't fight it off, in a matter of seconds, you're gone. Because somebody evidently went in there and didn't wipe their hands, put the germs on a book. You can put it anywhere. Men are looking for women who are women. Looking for women who are romantic and who are feminine. You know, I mean, you don't have to just be a wimp, but at least you can be pretty. Every now and then you got to be pretty. Every now and then you got to get out of these pants and put on a dress and let a man see you looking like a woman. I know pants are sharp, and you know you all right wear them sometimes, but don't wear the pants all the time, please. Put your dress on. Put your skirt on. Let somebody see your ankles. Let them see you. Let them see you looking good. And if you got gold on, don't have the gold so dirty that the gold look dirty. Take that gold off sometimes and wash it. You got to wash it. Just can't keep it on. You got to take stuff off every now and then and clean it up. Sparkle and look great. I just thought I had to share that with you today because so many people don't know. We're going into a whole new time. We're going into a whole new time, and you got to look pretty, and you got to look nice, and you got to look clean. And then you got to have a certain sophistication about you. You know, you got to have a presence. You can't talk like a sapphire. You know, that's not popular anyhow. Yo, yeah. You know, please spare me. Let some rhythm be in the tone of your voice for a minute if you don't mind. Let it roll with harmony and let somebody see you smiling. And when you smile, let your teeth be clean. You understand? Don't look dusty. Shine yourself up. Put oil on your feet. And all, you know, with us, we got to, with black folks, you know, we have to put a little more oil on it, you know, on our legs and hands and feet and everywhere. But put wherever you got to put it, all up or all down, but just look together. Huh? Look together. And look nice. And keep warm. And be clean. You say, well, look, Queen, I'm telling you this because you need to hear it. Now, if I hadn't gone to a movie or gone in the office, not in my office, and we won't have that here, but you go to the restroom that's public, or sometimes you're going to a friend's house, and you won't be a friend long. Everybody know at the home of love, you don't do that. You don't do that in my house. Wherever I am, and you know, I'm working around a lot of guys, and you know, guys careless sometimes. They'll go and use the bathroom and rush and forget to wash their hands, and I'll say, right quick, did you wash your hands? And when I come in here to work into my studio, I Windex the board, because I know sometimes men are going to use the restroom and don't wash their hands. I don't want to be in it. I'm gonna wipe. You got to take care of yourself. It's a good idea to have some wipes with you. When you go and answer a public telephone, or don't pick up that phone and just put it at your ear. Clean it off. Have some little wipes in your purse or on your person. I say this for men as well as women. Clean it off. And then, you know, sometimes you go to the restroom and in a public restroom, and then you wash your hands. And then you go back and take your hand and open the door with every filthy hand that's been there. So what I usually do is when I wash my hands, now, if they have one of those things in a public restroom where you blow your hands and you don't have, I have a Kleenex. I take my own Kleenex as a piece of little toilet tissue, and that's what I put around the knob when I open the door. Now, I don't want you all to think I'm crazy. I don't want you to think I'm crazy. And if you do, I don't care. But the point I'm trying to tell you is I want to keep you healthy. I don't don't want you to have to go to the hospital with some kind of epidemic you don't know about and you can't explain, and it's coming from the fact that somebody went to the restroom, didn't wash their hands, and was able to spread that germ onto you. Now, that's just what time it is. Years ago, when I was in the South, you had to brush your teeth, and we had pretty teeth. You had to wash your hands, and you had to clean out your ears, and you had to brush your hair. And we went to school. They taught us, part of our curriculum was hygiene. You all ever heard of hygiene? And then, I understand some of you teachers. I know you get a lot of flack. But I don't understand how some of you teachers can teach some of these disrespectful children. There are little children at some of these schools that can use more profanity than Peter did. Peter he could cuss. I mean profanity. And they have to hear it at home. They have to hear it at home all the time to be able to use profanity with rhythm. And I couldn't be a teacher 2 minutes and be bothered with that. Somebody would have to go. You see, I couldn't handle it. I would have to stop. But I want all of you to know this in my closing today. If you believe that there is a God, then you believe that there is an answer to every problem, and there is a solution to every problem, and there is a solution to every situation. So whatever's happening in America, whatever's happening in the state of Michigan, whatever's happening in the counties, whatever's happened in Detroit, there's not one problem that is so far-fetched that we can't find a solution. And that's why God permitted us to live today. God blew his breath in your nostrils. He stopped by your bedside and he said, live, my child, today, and live life and live it more abundantly. Why do you think? Huh? Why do you think? Well, the reason is because he had need of you. He has need of you. And he has need of you to address every situation where you find it. And look at it with love, and look at it with faith, and be sincere. I tell you this, there is not one problem on the face of this earth that cannot be solved if the problem solvers go into a meeting and forget themselves. If you go in selfless, if you go in not trying to hustle something for you, if you go in not trying to get special recognition for you, if you go in not trying to do somebody a favor, but if you go in honestly and say, Lord, we need an answer to this problem, I guarantee you somebody in that meeting will get the divine guidance to come forth with that solution quickly. You not only get it for your school, you can get it for your home, you can get it for yourself. But you gotta be for real. And what's happening today, there are too many people who are so political and such power seekers that they cannot be selfless enough to bring the solution about and tell the truth.
Up in heaven, you have left me never. How I love you, Jesus, my blessed Savior. I build my hopes upon